Before we get to the topic, I think this is a little indication of where this is going. Hello, welcome to Tuesday, July the 15th. I still have my calendar there because, well, I don't memorize date numbers, but it is a Tuesday. I'll give it that. This is basically the day after the latest Smash reveal trailer, which was to my everlasting enjoyment, my everlasting excitement, being Lucina and Robin. However, unlike me and every other friend I know, there aren't many people who are happy with this announcement. Um, there's some sort of controversy, I guess. Maybe. I am looking at the other side of why people would be upset, and honestly, I see a lot of positives for being such a Fire Emblem nut. So yeah, there has been this kind of controversy with this announcement. However, I am going to say that every like post Mega Man reveal trailer was controversial. Like Wii Fit Trainer, no one would know what to do with it. Okay, Little Mac. It was Little Mac, but it was more of a surprise because we thought it was Diddy Kong. Um, I don't know. The only thing I would probably assume for Rosalina would be that there was like 5 new Mario characters. With Greninja, there's no Mewtwo at all. Me Fighters was like maybe a cop out because it was like obligatory now. Uh, Palutena because like no one. I don't know how no one knew Palutena would be there. Like just okay. And then Pac-Man being third. Just Pac-Man. People don't think Pac-Man would be good in Smash. Now, I'm gonna put that later on, so I'm gonna go back to those later on. But we're gonna talk about the many. I actually written this down with notes yesterday to see what the arguments are. Now, the first argument about not liking this announcement or like getting upset over it is that there are now 4 Fire Emblem representatives in Smash Bros. And okay, I'll give it that. Like honestly, I was only expecting like three or like two to three. Like if anything, I would assume Crom and Marth because I didn't think Ike would be back in Smash. But it turns out Ike was back, and we still needed to wait for I still wanted a Fire Emblem representative, and then I didn't think Crom would be likely. And then turns out it's not only Lucina but also Robin. I'm happy with Robin, but Lucina is. We'll get to that later. Yeah. So there are now 4 Fire Emblem characters, and every other franchise doesn't seem to get much attention, or you wish there were more characters for other series like Earthbound or probably more Pokemon getting Mewtwo back again because of X and Y, probably a new Metroid character, and then so yeah, I'm looking through these, and one of the things I did remember is that out of all of the characters representing in Smash, or any of the characters that were introduced or famous because of Smash, Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem was one of the few series that not only got popular because of Smash, but it continued becoming popular and more games were still made and Fire Emblem was still being represented in Smash. Like, I'm thinking back, like back at 64, Smash 64, two really iconic people from Smash were Ness and Captain Falcon. Captain Falcon has been a more mascot character, and that's got more attention out of because of Smash. But Captain Falcon was kind of like that definition of Smash Bros. And need I to remind you, be happy that Captain Falcon is back because of the trailer. And honestly, that trailer is freaking badass because you see Captain Falcon really duking it out with Lucina, and it's freaking amazing. See, then that's the thing. Captain Falcon's base. Fire Emblem is similar to Captain Falcon when in regards to Smash. Is that they're like symbolic icons for Smash Bros. Because in Melee, after aside from Captain Falcon and Ness, which were back there, like the other iconic characters were the next franchise to get popular was in fact Fire Emblem. And honestly, and Game and Watch, but let's not be honest, Game and Watch is more of a piece of history rather than a franchise that like exploded because of Smash. And then Brawl happened, and we still had Ness, and now we have Lucas part of Earthbound, and then we have Ike, because Lucas is from Mother 3 and Ike is from the Radiant games, and yeah, so now that new Smash is coming, I'd say like because of the fact that Awakening exists now. And Awakening is such a really great game, and it's one of the greatest and most memorable of the 3DS titles, one of the 3DS game titles, is that Sakurai feels like he needs to have a representative. So he had to decide between Lucina and Robin, and honestly I thought he would choose Robin, and yeah, but he chose both of them. Like I still question it too, but honestly, it's still nice. Like, the reason why this is a thing is because Fire Emblem owes Smash a favor, and Sakurai really does appreciate Fire Emblem, I guess, and because Fire Emblem has such a Awakening has such a large presence in the 3DS timeline, in the 3DS, is that, well, he got more characters for it. So, and anyways, if you're saying there's too much Fire Emblem characters, then there's probably too much Mario or Pokemon characters, because there are five Mario characters. 5. And, like, usually the limit would be 4, but 5? 5? And, like, Pokemon, like, I get it, like, maybe we probably get one more like Mario, but like honestly, I think the cap limit does not matter at all. Like, we could have like a limit of, there's going to probably be, we're close to the limit of the amount of characters we have. Like, we have pushing like 38 characters, including the Mii fighters. So yeah, but honestly, there isn't really a limit of how many characters you can put in. What's weird is that the Fire Emblem games are tactical RPGs, and Sakurai makes movesets out of these characters, and that's amazing. So my big argument about too many Fire Emblem characters is that because Fire Emblem gained this popularity from Smash, and if it's why not gain popularity for Earthbound or F-Zero? It's just Fire Emblem was the only franchise to make more games up in North America other than the other two. Because after Captain Falcon being revealed, Sakurai actually posted on Miiverse wondering where the next F-Zero game is, just because as marketing and representing is just, it felt obligated for a Fire Emblem Awakening character to be there, and that's why Robin and Lucina are representing Fire Emblem. It's just, I think Lucina is just part of the noble timeline. That's probably why. And it's just Robin is a really cool concept to use in Smash. He has a really great variety. A second argument is that people were upset that it's not Shulk or any other character, or like Ridley, King K. Rool, or any third party characters. And my argument there is that you really thought that out of all the everyone was expecting Shulk because of all the clues that have been I said yesterday, and and everyone, like, if you know Sakurai, he wouldn't use Shulk. He wouldn't. It wouldn't be that easy to find out if you're talking with like if it's anyone else, and you would know Shulk would be there, but you're dealing with Sakurai, and Sakurai does not make things easy. Like, you thought Mewtwo was there? No, it's freaking Greninja. You thought it was gonna be Diddy Kong? We got Little Mac instead. And that's one of the things about Sakurai, is that you can't really predict what he's going to do. So you have to think outside of the box. Yet you can't really be simple-minded about it. You have to think outside and never assume what Sakurai is going to do. And yeah, you have to believe in Sakurai that, well, I'll do that later, but like, Sakurai is just being Sakurai. It's like, you won't expect what he's going to do until he does it. Like, yeah, with all the, like, no one would ever expect a Mega Man to be in Smash until he was revealed to be in Smash. And that's when everyone was going crazy to believe in the hype. And that's what Sakurai is. He just throws curveball after curveball. So you're not going to expect Shulk. You weren't going. It wasn't easy to predict that Shulk would be yesterday's character reveal, but that doesn't imply that Shulk won't be here regardless, or any character that you would expect. Like, it's not over. We have 2 more months, 2 more months until the 3DS Smash comes out. Sakurai still has things up his sleeves. Sorry, I'm still recovering from my cold. It's not over. He still has more characters to make and return. And with all the hints from Shulk, he could probably be the next character to be revealed. And then at the end, I don't know, maybe Ridley or anyone from Metroid, because that would be really cool. Because we need more Metroid characters. I'm honestly going to say we kind of do need some Metroid characters. And honestly, you can't predict whatever. Like, honestly, you have to expect the unexpected, and whatever Sakurai does, and Sakurai will always throw surprises, just like what he did with Palutena and Pac-Man. Like, no one would ever see that. Would you ever see Palutena or Pac-Man coming in E3? Like, really? And honestly, if you're thinking any third-party characters, I think we have enough with Sonic, Mega Man, and Pac-Man. If anything, the last third-party character would be Snake returning. So, yeah, would be the veteran Snake. And it's a very, very 50-50 chance, I guess. And probably the one that I can't really decipher on my own or try to argue against is Lucina being in Smash. Like, if you want to choose one or the other, and I was hoping for Robin. I was totally hoping for Robin, and if Lucina was in there, either be a trophy, an assist, or being an alternate for Marth. Turns out, Lucina is in fact a playable character of her own separate character. Which, in my case, is also weird, because in my initial reaction, I thought it was an actual alternate costume, and yeah, so But the problem resides in Lucina assuming to be a clone character for Marth. And to that regard is, really, are you sure? Are clone characters that bad? Okay, probably the worst examples are the Star Fox characters being very similar in Melee and Brawl. But in that regard, it's just Lucina could be a clone character, maybe a clone character, but she still shows intricate differences. I guess I have no idea how to counter this. It's that one valid point that honestly shouldn't be considered because maybe because Fire Emblem fans probably were pushing for Lucina. A lot of people were, even I was assuming that, but I was assuming at least an alternate costume. But honestly, but full character, that's very surprising. Yeah, but I will say this is being Lucina in Smash is much more better than Chrom being in Smash. To be honest, mainly because Chrom would be that awkward middle child that no one would probably want between Marth and Ike. So it's because of Ike returning. There's not much of a purpose for Chrom other than being part of, I don't know, Robin's Final Smash or an assist trophy. But I'm hoping Robin's Final Smash because that would be awesome. Like I said, don't assume that Lucina is just going to be just a clone character. Like, you gotta believe in Sakurai. Like, he won't, just because he makes something similar doesn't mean it's going to be the same exact thing. It's just some intricate changes like there. It's like assuming that Toon Link and Link are the same characters. They play differently, but one's more basic and the other's real stylized, more intricate. It's more cartoony and much more funner in a way. That's why I prefer Toon Link over Link, despite them being somewhat similar. Probably the only people that don't like this are the people that don't really care for Fire Emblem, the Fire Emblem series. It's just if you have some investment in the lore or have played at least a good amount of Fire Emblem, at least past chapter 14, you would appreciate why you should be excited. Or when you look at it in hindsight, it's probably a good idea. And I'm gonna actually go to the really good positives of why these two are good. First off, my first case, and these are why I like the fact that Robin's now a playable character. It's funny that I was actually talking this with some of the Utama folks who are total Fire Emblem fans, and we were speculating who would probably represent Smash, and we were all thinking it was either be Lucina, Anna, or Robin, and then I thought it would be incredible if Robin would be there because he provides such a really unique play style in not only the Fire Emblem out of all the Fire Emblem characters, but in freaking Smash in general, because Robin uses both magic and casting, and not many people do that, to be honest, in the Smash games. Like, I'm looking at it, and there are elemental weapons, but there isn't someone that uses both magic and sword fighting in a game in Smash. If you ever think about it, like the closest you could probably think is Ness and Lucas, but they use bats and sticks rather than actual swords and like tomes. So that's basically pushing it. Plus, his fighting style is incredibly unique. If you haven't really speculated enough, but like if you look at the trailers, it's so unique and it's so different, which is why it's so cool. And another thing is that Robin himself is the best representative for Fire Emblem Awakening, despite him using a Nosferatu as a tome in Smash, because tacticians can't really use dark magic unless they have, I don't know, the ability Shadow Gifts. Like when you think about it, like he defines Awakening in such a good way, and I can't really explain it unless you played the game. It's just like like I was thinking about it, like it's just if you had to choose just one person to represent Awakening, it's either Lucina, Crom, or Robin, and I think Robin would be the best. And yeah, because he has such a great role in the game, and yeah, I can't really speculate. I can't really explain it long enough. It's just Robin's such a good character to represent Fire Emblem. And another thing is just that because Robin is you can actually use female Robin as well. You have two more females. Like Lucina and female Robin are both female characters, and they both kick ass. It's just that they both kick ass in the same way Sirius Susama kicks ass, despite wearing controversial heels. Like I thought that looked cool. I thought her new design was cool, to be honest. It doesn't. I don't think sexism is such a sensitive topic. It shouldn't be as sensitive as it is, to be honest. Is that we already I uh, females are treated really well, and like I respect females a lot, which is why I love the fact that we having two more female characters. And that's amazing because I would honestly play as female Robin other than male Robin because honestly her design is much more better. Hmm. So and I'll probably play as Lucina over than Marth because she's unique and I love Awakening because that's basically one of the points. I just love Fire Emblem Awakening and I'm ecstatic for it. And one more thing is that because of Robin and Robin is the main unit that you create in the main guy that you create in Awakening. There's possibly more customizing options just other than the villager and the Mies. Like you can customize hairstyles and your hair color will change with the cloak you have, and that would be really cool. That it's really cool that you could just play both Robin at both male and female Robin with these options. So I think this is such like other th- like there shouldn't be that much hate for this. It's just you should probably anything if anything you should probably look at it in hindsight and assume that it'll be a unique playstyle that no one has thought of. But I will give it the fact that people were disappointed that it's not Shulk or Ridley because those are way more popular choices than freaking Robin and Lucina. So, and the reason why I'm not as shocked is because, fortunately, I haven't played Xenoblade Chronicles or many Metroid games. So yeah, that is an unfortunate part on my end. So I've been ranting about a really long time. It's just there is a lot of things I want to go over. There was a lot of controversial things for me to access and provide arguments for it. And if anything, I'd say just believe in Sakurai. He knows what he's doing. And honestly, once it's out, you really don't want to get that much hype. It's more like tone down the hype a little bit, but be happy of what's being presented, because honestly, I can't be any more happier with this announcement. It's just that was basically that one character that I just want to play over and over again. It's mainly because I've been playing Fire Emblem over and over again. I've never stopped playing Fire Emblem, and that's amazing. I consider it like probably my favorite game ever. So, yeah, that's gonna be it for today, guys. Thank you for tuning in for this really long entry, and I know I haven't really uploaded much at this time, so I'm probably gonna get to it maybe now, but not at the moment. But I will upload it right after as soon as I can. So I hope you guys are patient with this. Man, I gotta I need someone to talk to about this. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, tune in next time because who knows who the next Smash character will be and what other news will be presented. Also, yeah. So yeah, I don't have anything else to say. Tune in next time because I already said that. What? Tune in next time.